Welcome back to 5 Acre Farms. I'm Luke.
I'm Caitlin.
And we did it. We hit 10,000 subscribers. And we've got our first check from YouTube. 3 months, I think, is what it took.
Yep.
And we thought we'd stand right up here from our very first video and talk to you guys and show you around the farm. For those of you guys that are new and haven't seen a whole farm tour, we thought we'd tag you along and show you the chores and show you all of our animals here on the chicken farm, and maybe even discuss how much we've made from you guys, which is not enough. But we've enjoyed every bit of it. We've enjoyed making videos for you guys. Hopefully y'all are learning stuff from this channel and continue to watch us and support us. And I guess I'll do another shameless plug now. If you're not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. We're on the road to 50,000 and even hopefully the grand goal of 100,000. Maybe by the end of this year, maybe not. We'll keep riding this thing as long as we keep enjoying it. And I'm still trying to put out 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 o'clock. Don't hold me to that, but I'm doing my best to do that and bring content to you guys. Anything chicken related, farm related. I don't know. You never know what we're going to post, but most of the time it's some type of small acreage chicken content. So, thanks for watching again. Let's get in the mule and go do some chores, and I'll pull out my phone and talk about some of the statistics that YouTube tells me about you guys. So, enjoy. First stop here is the duck pen, and we got a bunch of ducks in here. Talk about what we feed ducks. We feed them 18% chick grower and some cracked corn. They mostly eat the 18% chick grower, but as you can see, we got a bunch of little ducklings out here, and we got some wild ducks that decided to join us. Let me see if I can't zoom in for you guys. Well, not really. Right over there is a pair of black-bellied whistling ducks. The last several years, they've been, they come and go during the day, but last week or so, they've been hanging out here with us. So that's pretty cool. And then our main ducks we breed are blue Swedish. We have 6 hens and a drake. And the main geese we breed are the Sebastopools. We have 6 Sebastopools. You can see all the little guys there in the pond. We just moved them out a couple days ago. Once they get big enough to determine male from female, we'll get those guys sent to new homes. We do have 2 pairs of bar heads. They're over here. One of them sleeping. One of the bar heads there. But yep. We still haven't made a new pen here. Duck pen. It's kind of something we threw together when we moved out here for all the birds. Hopefully that's on the to-do list here in the next...
Hopefully this year.
Hopefully this year. It works, but we want it to look nice. But yeah, we love the ducks. They're really entertaining. They're not great sellers for us here on the farm, but Sebastopools are. They're just hard to hatch. We've already sold all their goslings, but we have plenty of ducks still to sell. But let's go over and check out the beehives. Quick pit stop here at the orchard.
Yep. So this is one thing that I had always dreamed of doing when we moved out here, was having a little orchard, like right when you drive in the driveway. And so we have tons of fruit trees. We have, I don't know, apples, pears, peaches, apricots, cherries. I don't know what else we have. A little bit of everything, but they're growing really well. So we planted these in February of last year, which was February 2024. So they're just over a year old, doing good.
One thing maybe some of you guys have seen in some of our videos is bee content. our apiary is growing, and it's a big part of our farm, and something we really enjoy doing is getting into the bees. But turn you around, we have, what is it, 8 boxes. These are boxes built by Napa Bees, which Jorge Garibay, a good friend of ours, he customizes these boxes, and they work awesome. They hold, I think, 8 double deeps, but you can see all the bees coming and going from them. Our bees are all wild caught bees from swarms, or they're splits, but they're all super friendly. They're not aggressive, but this warmer weather has them all really active. We should get our big honey crop here in July. Usually mid-July is when we take our first spin of honey. So these 3 are last swarms I caught. They're still really small. We probably won't take anything from them, but the first 5 we're hoping to get a little bit of honey out of. So, anything you want to add?
We've grown a lot with our bees. I mean, last year we ended the year with what, 4 hives, 3 hives?
Yeah.
3 hives, 4 hives, whatever. So we've grown a lot this year, and I mean, our goal is to have even more than this. That's why we planted the trees and why we're doing several different things that we are around the farm, is so that we can, you know, provide nectar and pollen for these guys.
So, just one more revenue avenue that we have here on the farm. We're a small operating farm, and we're trying to make the farm pay for itself. And YouTube is going to be one of those things that will help bring in revenue to the farm. But also we sell a lot of products, either like you see behind me, we got pigs. So we sell, these guys are going to locker within the next week. And we raise American guinea hogs. These are just our grow outs here, but we sell pork either by the cut or by the whole hog. And then we sell honey. Obviously we sell ducks and chickens and guineas and turkeys and all the birds and chicks.
Eggs.
And we sell a lot of eggs. So
meat chickens.
And then we sell whole frozen meat chickens. So maybe down the road we'll sell beef too, but we're trying to find as many things as we can make an income off of to help put money back into the farm. So right now the farm isn't necessarily like a huge profit farm, but it's a way we can invest back into the farm and make it bigger, better, in either in infrastructure or in livestock. So, but yeah, one thing we didn't really talk about at the intro is our house back here, which is an 1890s farmhouse. This place used to be an old dairy farm, and we've converted it into our chicken farm and probably our forever home.
Yes, we're never moving again.
Never moving again. So let's go see Wilbur, feed him, and then get into the chickens, which is why you're all here. So this little pen here is the OG chicken coop of the farm from probably the 1930s or 40s, I don't know. We've completely put a new roof on it, a new outside area, new paint job, new exterior. We don't use it for chickens anymore. Right now that's where our pigeons like to hang out. We probably need to move chickens into it because pigeons kind of took over the barns and are kind of wild now. But this is Wilbur.
Wilbur!
Wilbur's our boar, American guinea hog. He's not with his ladies right now because I'm hoping he's done his job of breeding them. So he gets to have a bachelor pad over here by himself, which is probably a half an acre shaded area where he gets to hang out by himself, right next to his ladies. But he's never aggressive, never super friendly. He'll let you scratch behind his ears, but that's about the extent of Wilbur's people personality. For those of you that watch our channel, you'll know that this is our original chicken coop from when we lived in town. Now it's the coop for our silkies.
Looks different.
So we have two roosters in this pen, one splash and one paint. The paint is a frizzle. We have one frizzle hen, so we do get quite a few frizzle chicks, but we have quite a few silkies, and we sell quite a few silkies. So all the other chickens are in the chicken yard. We'll go around and see them. I guess, Caitlin, you can talk about your garden real quick while we're over here.
Okay, come this way.
Your garden and your greenhouse.
Yeah. We have two gardens. Actually, we have this one, and then there's one over there on the south side. Looks a little sad because I haven't picked weeds, but that's okay. It's actually growing really well this year. A garden is something that we've always had. Even when we lived in town, I had a small garden just in containers. And so when we moved out here, I told my dad that I wanted a fenced-in garden, and I gave him my vision, and we just started putting it together and laying it out, and it's been great. I built the wood raised beds when we lived in town and used those, so we moved them out here. I had the stock tank in town. Stock tank grows the best tomatoes ever. Luke will not agree with that because he hates tomatoes.
Tomatoes are for evil people.
And then everything else is just raised beds from Northern Tool. And they're the same beds that we have in my flower garden, which is across from the house up there. My dad and I did a video, talked about that. So you can go watch that if you want. But garden's doing really good this year. And then over here, clearly I need to water, is our greenhouse. And Luke bought this for me for Christmas, 23, I think it was.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
A couple years ago. And we did a little bit of modifications to it. It's a Harbor Freight greenhouse, but we put it on the boards down here, made it taller so I didn't have to bend over when I got inside. And then we put a full length door on the front. But it's been great to start plants. We have some trees growing in there right now. That's where I started all of our vegetables from seed, and it's worked perfect. It's a great size for us. We made the concrete pad big enough to where if we wanted to add a second one at some point, we could. I don't know that we will, but obviously we still have tons of stuff that needs planted. And this is our cat, Yam. You want to say hi? Say hi, Yammy. Yam came from the shelter, and he's like the most worthless farm cat ever. But it's okay, we still love him. Mostly we got him as a friend for Pickles.
Pickles is an actual farm cat that was raised on a farm. And
you never see her.
Yeah, she's actually catching mice and eating them. Yam just catches mice and plays with them. All right, let's go into the main chicken yard. These are our breeder sows, our American guinea hog breeders. And I don't know if you can see that little mama over there. She's got 5 or 6 little chicks with her. But we've chose American guinea hogs from the beginning. That's what we've always stuck with. We actually did have Mangalistas for a while, but we didn't think their pork was near as good as the American guinea hogs, so we decided to just do American guinea hogs. But you can see a lot of the chicks running around. Once they are old enough to come out of the brooders, they'll be outside in our outside brooders, which I'll show you those here in a second. And then once they're old enough to go out of there, bring them over to the big chicken yard. And this is our big chicken coop. This is where most of the chickens hang out. It's kind of probably dark in here. Probably about a 10 by 20 pen with roosting bars and nesting boxes. But yeah, this chicken yard is mostly for all of our barnyard mixes, stuff that we aren't breeding from, and for our turkey and his 3 ladies. But we have Indio Agantes growing out. We have little silkies growing out, more Indios, bunch of barred rocks over here, But to run through our breeder pens real quick of the breeds we breed, we have the Saramas, we have French Black Copper Morans, Blue Partridge Brahmas, Polish, Buff-laced Polish, Light Brahmas, Salmon Faverolls, Lavender Americanas, Indio Agantes, Millefleur Duclays. There's the Silky Pen. These are all little I Am Nakeds running around. That came out of this breeder pen, which was a naked neck rooster over the I Am Samani hens. We pulled the rooster last night so we can let these I Am Samani ladies out since we don't need to hatch from them anymore. And then we have our olive eggers over here, which is a French Black Copper Moran rooster over Americana hen. But that's kind of a quick walk around of our chicken yard. That's about it. A couple weeping willow trees we planted last year. They're doing really good. But these are most of the breeds we hatch eggs from, sell chicks. Whatever we don't sell as chicks, we raise up and sell as laying pullets next spring. So that's what we're in the process of doing now. It's the beginning of summer. Chick sales have really slowed down. It's time to start growing out chickens for everybody for next spring. So this back here is the other raised bed, garden bed of Caitlin's. I'm not a gardener, she is. So I
was gonna tell you to show them the elderberry plant. I always get questions about that over there.
Oh yeah, this thing is massive. We brought this from when we lived in town.
And then we planted it over there thinking we were gonna have a garden in a different spot, and then we replanted it here. So that's an elderberry bush.
This giant bush here.
And all the flowers will get little elderberries, and then I pick them off when they get super heavy, and then I put them in the freezer until we're ready to use them.
Yep.
And then you can dry them, freeze dry them. You have to cook them before you can eat them. You can't eat them raw, they'll make you sick. But anyway, I just want to show you that.
But like I said, that's most of our chickens and the breeds we hatch from. We've hatched we've raised a bunch of different breeds. These are just the breeds we've chosen for 2025. Most likely we'll continue to have most of these breeds next year, and we might swap out one or two breeds. I don't know if we'll do I Am Nakeds next year or Light Brahmas, but we'll see. But other than that, we have a big pen. You probably see the big pen back there. That's one of our grow out pens. Or if we need to separate some stuff, or we have roosters, it's just a nice handy pen that we can put a bunch of birds into. We put our guineas in there and our turkeys in there in the spring when we need to collect eggs, because guineas and turkeys will hide their nest. So we put them in there for a couple months so we can find their eggs. Guineas are done laying, so we've let the guineas out. But yeah, our pig pen here. Pigs have access to inside the barn. They also have a hut over there. And then whenever we need to move Wilbur back in to do his job, twice a year, he can come back in. But other than that, grass is finally growing up. Got green grass everywhere. All these ladies like to eat all the grass and the pigweed, which is nice. But we'll probably head out to the pasture and show you some more birds out there. One thing we get asked a lot is what kind of feed we feed our chickens. We feed Iuka feed. It's a South Central Kansas feed mill. It's just a couple miles from us. But all of our laying chickens get a 20% layer. So you can screenshot this if you have any questions or you want to take it to your feed mill. All of our breeders get scratch, a little bit of scratch in their pen, and then their main food source is this 20% layer. Same thing with everything out here in the yard. Even these young chicks, they get 20% layer, but they're off of needing medicated feed, so which is what we feed all of our young chicks in the breeder building is 22% medicated. So all of our waters this time of year on floats. So there's a little water there that's hooked up to the hydrant. Whatever they spill waters that tree. The grow out pigs back there have a float water on them. And most of these pigs here have float waters. The grow out pen back there has its own hydrant in it. So over the years we've done everything we can to make chores quick, and watering is one thing. All of our breeder pens run the 5-gallon waters, which we need to fill up and clean out today. So that's this evening's project, and that's the easiest way to do our breeder pens. We have a whole video over our breeder pens. You guys can go watch that when we talk about these setups. So you can go watch that one. And having an automatic water to 8 different pens or 10 different pens just doesn't work out very well, because once it starts freezing it becomes a problem. So, some of you that watched our live video a couple nights ago, you saw us moving chicks out of all these pens. So this is where we once they hatch, they go into a brooder with heat. We'll go into the brooder room here in a little bit, and once they're off heat, they go into a brooder tower, and then once they're too big for the brooder towers, they come out here to these rabbit hutches, and once they get too big for here, then they go out to the chicken yard. So a lot of steps before they get straight out into the yard. But yeah, we have all sorts of chicks in each one. This one's on its last leg. But yeah, these guys will all get fed and watered, and then they'll go outside here in a couple weeks, or go out to the big chicken yard in a couple weeks. So if you've watched any of our channel, then you have seen our Eggmobile, our Millennium Sparrow back here, and all of our free chickens. And these guys are still cranking out eggs for us. We also have the little guard geese out here, and they're just a hoot. They just follow you around, help you pick up eggs. But we're still getting about a 5-gallon bucket full of eggs a day out here, which helps pay for their feed. And these guys are on electric netting, and we're probably going to move them next week, the whole system. But about half their yard here doesn't have a ton of grass anymore, and the other half still has grass, but we're going to move them to some fresh grass. Here's the little guard gooses. They're just living their best life out here on grass. Our little Millennium Feathernet, or Millennium Sparrow. Caitlin's gonna collect some eggs out of our rollout nest box. We usually collect eggs out here twice a day. Here's an egg for you. These ladies pump out some eggs almost the size of goose eggs. But they lay some jumbo eggs, that's for sure. But this is a old hay trailer I converted into a Eggmobile, kind of off of Joel Salatin's design, except for I left a deck on the back here. It's got an automatic coupe door that runs on solar panels. It has 2 lights inside that are solar powered. I built the rollaway nest box in there. It works good. And whenever we want to move it, these stairs flop up, the ramp goes up, and I can hook it up to the side-by-side and move it. We move it about every 5 or 6 days out here inside their pen, and then we'll move the whole pen setup to another chunk of grass. Just keep them rotating on pasture. This is why we think we have some of the best tasting eggs, is because they get fresh green grass, free choice all the time. Let's go see the cows. That's why you're all here. Let's go see the longhorns. Well, we made it down to the cows, and the longhorns aren't as famous on YouTube as they are on the TikTok, because I don't know, but everybody goes to YouTube for chickens, not cows. But I'll show you the ladies here. Our oldest is Sweetie, and one of her daughters is June. This is Autumn. This is Sweetie's last year's calf. Once we get done here filming, we're going to spray him with fly spray, so don't panic, people. We spray him every night with fly spray, and the flies are bad this year because we've got a ton of rain. But we have Miss June. She had Bueller, which was a little bull calf that we steered out. We've already got rid of him. But all three of the cows should be bred this year. This is Lucy, our other cow. She's going on, I think, 3. And this is Reba, her calf from last year. But Reba's a nice heifer, aren't you, Reba? Yeah.
Reba's the friendliest of all.
Yeah, we've had Reba since she was a couple days old. She's real friendly. But she comes out of Lucy. We'll keep her.
Reba.
And then we have the heifer gang back there fighting over the garlic tub, which we're hoping the garlic helps with these flies. But Marley is the black and white one. May is the paint looking one, and then Tuffy is sticking her head up right there. And then we have Jane over here.
Forgot Annabelle.
Oh, and Annabelle is right there. So these are all registered Texas Longhorns. They should be bred to a registered Texas Longhorn bull. His name was Harry. He was a really pretty brindle color. So they should be calving hopefully here in the next few months. And hopefully we'll have 3 little baby cows for you guys. We'll let you guys know whenever we have them. But we love the cows. Even though we're a chicken channel for the most part, the cows are kind of one of our favorite things here. Caitlin always wanted cows, and we chose Texas Longhorns because, as you can see, there's not a lot of trees out here in the pasture, and we needed a very heat tolerant cow that could handle the Kansas heat. And they do a great job. They thrive in this stuff. So, but yeah, a lot of you guys have asked or made a comment like, well, obviously this isn't a 5-acre farm because we have cows out here in this pasture, and we did planted sunflowers on another property, and we don't own this property. We only own the 5 acres back there you can see that are in the trees. Our whole homestead is right inside those trees, and we don't own this stuff, so we just rent it. And so don't go hating on us because we call ourselves 5-acre farms and we do stuff on more than 5 acres. We just own 5 acres, and the majority of our content is on that 5 acres. But obviously we can't have cows without renting ground. Maybe someday we'll own this pasture or property next to us or close to us where we can move our cows to, but right now we rent. And 10 cows was kind of our number that we wanted, and we've pretty much hit that already. We might keep, if we have any heifers out of this year's calves, then we might keep back the heifers. And then we'll probably have to find us a bull, a longhorn bull, and then just sell all the calves every year and just keep our 10 cows. But we're getting eaten up by mosquitoes, which is normal because we've gotten a ton of rain. So let's go back up to the house and talk about the YouTube channel and where we've come and how we got there. Talk about people like you. I almost forgot about the Bruder Room. You guys have seen this building. This is an attachment to our garage, and this is where we hatch everything. It's where all the chicks turn from eggs to chicks to half-grown chickens. So let's walk in here and check it out. If you guys are new here, we have a ultimate chicken brooder video out on these guys, and those guys work awesome. We have Coturnix quail, yellow golden pheasants, light Brahmas and blue partridge Brahmas, ducks, salmon Faverolles and Polish, French black copper Morans, Millie Fleurs and Olive Eggers, lavender Americanas. We got our 3 GQF incubators, which are our workhorses. They do all the hard work for us. And then we have these brooder towers, off-heat brooder towers, and then our quail tower, which we use as a brooder as well, but we just have our one level of Caturnix quail up there. But we don't have air conditioning in here. We just have a exhaust fan and a screen door with a couple other fans in here, and it keeps the room usually in the low 80s. But yeah, this is our brooder room where we spend quite a bit of time. We try to do live videos in here and whatnot. Here's something fun. You'll have to keep an eye out for this little incubator. We're doing a review on it right now, quail incubator, so stay tuned for that. But we got a bunch of incubator videos coming up. That's what I'm going to work on tonight, is going inside and working on, I got 8 incubators inside I need to fill and video and do stuff for. You guys will see that in about 30 days. That's the bad part about incubator content, is it takes so long to get to you guys. So just a quick glimpse inside of our farm and all the things that we have going on here. It's pretty much a full-time job filming videos, and then another full-time job running a farm, and then another full-time job running our 3 other businesses, and Caitlin works full-time. So we're busy people, I promise you that. So don't hate too much down in the comments when you don't get a video, or don't like something in a video, or don't see us doing something you would do it. We're very busy people, so bear with us. And we got to fill the waters and the breeder pens, but we'll go sit down out there. And I think Caitlin's actually sorting eggs, eating eggs. Let's go see what she's doing. She's in here slaving away on our egg table. This is where we usually bring in our daily bounty, fill the cartons, and then they get put in the pile over here, and then we divvy up the pile throughout the week. So let's go out to the chicken yard and talk all things YouTube. First check from YouTube. I know you guys are probably trying to read this. It's not real. YouTube direct deposits everything, so we just needed it for a thumbnail. But we did get paid from YouTube because of people like you watching these videos. So let me pull out my phone real quick and go through some of this stuff, because it's pretty cool. So as of today, we are 10,131 subscribers, which is awesome. So because of people like you subscribing, gets it into your guys' news feed and gets to watch our videos. We wanted to kind of do a video, this video, as a kind of a throwback. And we've talked to a lot of people and they're like, that's crazy you hit 10,000 subs in 3 months. And it really is, because of you guys liking and watching our videos. So when we started, our first couple of videos only got like 100 or 200 views per video, which we were pretty happy with. Then we had one video hit 4,000 views, and we're like, we got it figured out. We need to go do shed hunting more often, which was that video, shed hunting, looking for deer antlers. And then we started posting more and more chicken content, and that stuff started taking off, which we knew that chicken content was going to be our bread and butter, which it is, as you've seen in this video, that we mostly do chickens. But to look at some of the most viewed videos we have, these breeder pens, we did a video over them, 75,000 views. Unfortunately, 65,000 of those people that watched that video did not subscribe, unfortunately, but that's okay. We enjoyed making it. Our our brooder room building, a little behind the scenes of our chicken hatchery, that's at almost 50,000 views. Some of our chicken auction videos, we go to the chicken auctions, 43,000 views. Our brooder that I talked about, that's got 42,000 views. some laying hen videos, 28,000 views. Our quail video is 31,000 views. Our incubating video, 25,000. The cheapest Temu incubator was 23,000 views, which is, it's crazy we're getting so many views. But it's also fun to see that some of you guys liked our videos enough to subscribe, which is awesome. So our total amount of views on our channel is 212,000 views. So of all of our videos combined, which I'm not really sure how many total videos we have, probably 25, 30, probably 30 or so, 35 videos. And a lot of these videos are under 1,000 views. So that's when it was really hard. But in order to get monetized through YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So we hit 3,000 views pretty quick, or 3,000 watch hours within about a month, and 1,000 subscribers came pretty quick. We have a Facebook page. We got a lot of our subscribers from our Facebook, our loyal guys from our Facebook page. We do have TikTok, which we don't post on as much, but we post Caitlin posts almost every day on Facebook. Yep. So the reason we started this YouTube channel was to educate and to just show people all things chicken and small farming. Like I said, we have 5 acres we live on here, and there's so much we can do on 5 acres, and we just want to be able to educate you guys and take you guys along the way. Right now we're not really in that daily vlog stage. There's still so much content we can do outside of daily vlog style, but we just want to build stuff. The main reason I started this channel was I wanted to be able to build a project and have it paid for by showing you guys how to build it. That was all I wanted from this, was to say I wanted to build a brooder. If it cost $100 to build, if I made $100 on the video to pay for that, I mean, that'd be awesome. And we've exceeded that, and we've started to invest more into videos because we are monetized now. We're buying chickens just to show you guys certain chickens. We bought the guard geese to make a guard geese video. These are all things we wanted to buy anyway, but being able to justify them now because we can make videos with them and bring education to you guys. So there's all sorts of analytics on this platform, on my YouTube app that I get. So I take that back. I said 212,000 views. That was just in the last 28 days. So our total views since we started our channel is 670,000 views on all of our videos. Almost 1 million views, which is crazy.
Mind-blowing.
Crazy that so many people are watching. And I know a lot of people are watching all of our videos, so it's not just each different person. But even crazier is to think that 108,000 hours have been spent by you guys watching our videos. I don't know how many total days that is, but 108,000 hours people have spent staring at us, 2 ugly mugs. Well, me ugly. Yeah. She's good looking.
Mostly you though.
Yeah. She works full time, so she doesn't get to. Putting out videos 3 days a week takes a lot of time. Like right now, we're spending this whole evening that we have together making this video, and so we don't have every single evening of the week to do this. So I make a lot of the videos during the day. You know, and a couple people have asked, you know, we're making money, which is true. We're finally monetized, so you guys get to watch commercials.
Sorry,
and I get to watch them too, so don't worry. But those commercials really help us small YouTubers out there make this worth our time, because the amount of time we spend making these videos, you know, it could take us, like today's video is going to take us 2 hours to make, and then I'm going to sit inside tonight from about 10 o'clock to midnight editing this video so I can upload it tomorrow, and then it takes a couple hours to upload, and there's a lot of work that goes into every single video. So having commercials in there, I know sucks for you guys, but we get to watch them too in all of our YouTube channels that we watch, and we know that every time that commercial gets watched that they're making a little bit of money, because it is a lot of work that goes into these videos. So as I already showed you, we got paid. Now what did we get paid? Our first month of being monetized was better than this last month, because we did some pretty good videos that trended really well. But we made a little over $2,000, which some of you guys are like, man, you're making a lot of money. This is almost a full-time job, not just the farm, but making videos 3 days a week. And whenever we leave, we're going to be gone for a couple days, I got to make videos almost every single day to keep up with the days that I'm gone. And on weekends, we're filming a video on the weekends to have a Monday video. Monday and Tuesday, I'm filming to have a Wednesday video. Wednesday, Thursday, I'm filming to have a Friday video, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of work that goes into, I haven't broke out. If it takes me, let's just say 3 hours to make a video, and you know, I make $2,000 a month times 3 hours a day, or probably more than that, 4 hours a day. You guys can do the math at how many dollars an hour I'm making doing this. It's not a ton. I'd be making more money if I was working somewhere full-time. But I was already doing all this stuff anyway, and we just thought, why not, let's just pick up a camera. A lot of people told us we have so much going on out here, we should start a YouTube channel.
For years, they've told
us
that.
For years. And we kept putting people off and saying, you know, we don't have time, we don't have time. And I'm like, I'll just grab a camera, grab my phone, and start filming. And it's really taken off. So just want to say thank you to all you guys for everything you guys have done for us. And we're looking to grow. You know, we don't want to stop at 10,000 subscribers. We want to hit 50,000 or 100,000. And who knows, 10 years from now or 20 years from now, if we're still doing this, maybe 1 million subscribers. You just never know. That's the best part about diving into YouTube, is your potential to grow. As long as you stay consistent, posting videos and posting relevant content, your ability to gain only goes up. So that's what we're doing. We're investing a lot of time into these videos just for you guys. One thing I forgot to mention, hopefully you guys are still watching by now and not already commented, that we do not ship chicks. So we are a poultry farm. I know all of you guys watching want to buy some of our hatching eggs or chicks. We're just not big enough yet, and we haven't bit the bullet yet to do that, because to get NPIP certified is quite the process, at least here in Kansas where we're from. And the U.S. Postal Service does not do a great job handling packages, and I don't want you guys to be pissed off at us because of somebody else's mishandling. And we want to make sure we have all of our breeders set up, our fertility's high before we commit to selling eggs, and so on and so forth. So maybe, hopefully next year, we're going to dive into that a little bit more. Early next spring, get certified, and that way we can start shipping some eggs to you guys. We'll probably do small little bundles of some type, 6 egg counts or something, but that's stuff we've talked about. We have a lot of projects here coming up this summer, this fall. It's just, you never know what we're going to get into. So, do you have anything to add?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been a cool journey.
Yeah, and we're only 3 months into it, which is crazy. Yeah. You know, I've talked to several buddies that it took them 2 or 3 years to get their first check, and their first check was $100. Or it took them 5 years, 10 years to get to 10,000 subs, and we did it in 3 months, which is crazy. We've had a lot of support from some other channels. We have, obviously, Arms Family Homestead. They're good friends of us. Eddie's Family Farm. Go check those guys out. Jordan's Harvest. He's a good friend of ours, lives local. And then I have another buddy that does barbecue videos, smoking videos. He's going to come out and we're going to do some cooking videos with some of our meat chickens. So we got that in the works. And you know, there's just a lot of really cool homestead channels out there, and we all want to help each other grow, which is awesome, and we love being a part of that family. So if you guys got any questions about our farm, type out in the comments down below. I'm doing my best to answer every single comment, and without you guys we couldn't do this. So our famous closing line is, we love you, don't haggle with your egg supplier, buy your chicks local, and we'll see you on the next one.